Hey guys, welcome to the cryptocurrency market series brought to you by Trademanza. In today's video, we are going to understand about hard fork and how it is different from soft fork. In the last video, we covered completely about soft fork, and if you guys haven't seen the last video, please go and watch it to understand this even better. So we'll quickly recap what we have already studied in the last one. In the last video, we studied what exactly is a fork. So fork is nothing but when a community makes a change in the blockchain protocol to make it a bit more efficient or to increase the transaction speed, to increase the security. And when this change is made in the blockchain, a different type of chain can produce, which is nothing but a hard fork. And when the same change goes through a small update, minor update, that is a soft fork. So let's just say there is iOS 13. If there is iOS 13.1, 13.12, 13.13, that is nothing but soft fork because those are minor update. But let's just say there is iOS 13 and there is all of a sudden a big update like iOS 15, which has completely new, completely different UI. Then that's a hard fork. So the main reason why all these blockchain undergo forking is to improve the efficiency. It can be the transaction speed, the security. So we have two type of fork. We have soft fork and we have hard fork. So this is an example. Let's just say we have all these blocks here, and the programmer or the coder made a change, and this new blockchain was emerged out of it. So this is nothing but a hard fork. So minor changes in blockchain, which leads to a different, completely different new blockchain. It's called forking. Now, so we have a couple of examples of forking. The two of the well-known examples are the SegWit update which came in Bitcoin and the Taproot update which has happened recently around 3-4 months ago. So in the SegWit update, what happened was that Bitcoin was very slow. So to improve the efficiency, they wanted to make the block size smaller and they wanted to remove some unnecessary data from the block. So that happened in the SegWit update, and in the Taproot update, they want the community of Bitcoin, the Bitcoin community wanted more complex transaction to happen in Bitcoin, like the way it happens in Ethereum. So that happened in the Taproot update. So we'll look at some examples of hard fork. Now, hard fork is when a big change happens in a blockchain, not a small change, a big change which leads to another chain. So one of the classic example or one of the examples is Ethereum Classic. So Ethereum Classic is a hard fork of Ethereum. Like that, there are many for Bitcoins, and there's Bitcoin Cash, Bitcoin Gold. But in this example, we'll learn about Ethereum Classic. So Ethereum was started in the year 2015, and as soon as Ethereum was started, it was a big thing because it could do complex transaction which Bitcoin couldn't. It could execute smart contracts, which is a revolutionary thing which Bitcoin couldn't do. So a lot of investment started coming in, and a decentralized venture capital raised $150 million. So it was decentralized. It wasn't centralized or a specific venture fund. It was a decentralized venture capital which raised $150 million, and they raised everything in just 28 days, and it was a big number because Ethereum, it was around 14% of all the Ethereum's market cap. So they raised $150 million. A decentralized venture capital is also called as DAO, or decentralized autonomous organization. So what happens in a normal company or a normal organization is that, let's just say there is a CEO. The CEO has two people, let's just say managers, or manager one, manager two. This manager one will have X 5-6 people, manager 2 will have 5-6 people. Now those people under manager also have people working. So it's like a tree. It's like a tree in which people are working. It's not decentralized, it's centralized, because the CEO has the full complete autonomy or the full complete power. But in decentralized autonomous organization, there is nothing like that. Everyone has an equal say, everyone has an equal power. So let's just say there is a group of 5 people, and everyone's vote counts in it. Everyone decides that, yeah, let's just say 5 people raise money. Let's just say they have all raised $1 million each. Then they will vote and they'll decide where to invest those $5 million. So that is nothing but a DAO. It is like a democratic way. So this is nothing but a DAO, in which this is a normal traditionalized system, centralized system, in which there is CEO, the managers, the non-managers, and then the lowest manager. It's like a tree. It's a tree. And in DAO, everyone has power. It's a democratic. So the folks at this decentralized venture capital raised $150 million for Ethereum. They wanted to invest in it, And what happened all of a sudden was that system got hacked, and out of $150 million, around $50 million got stolen. And if you look at one out of 30 million, it's around 33% of what they raised, right? It's a big number. So, and it was not because there was some problem with Ethereum. It was that the DAO coders had made an error and the hacker took advantage of that error. So $50 million got stolen. So it was a big price, and then it led to negative news in Ethereum also. The Ethereum token value dropped from $20 to $13, and because it's a big number back in 2015, $50 million was a lot of money. Even now it is, but even then it was a lot of money. And the two suggestion came up. Obviously the community was worried, the Ethereum community got worried that let's now what should we do, $50 million have been stolen. So there were two options, that let's create an hard fork, that what we can do is that we'll just reverse the transaction. So in a blockchain, let's just say there are 10 blockchains now and they are on the 10th blockchain. So if the community agrees, then they will go back to the 5th blockchain, let's just say, and this full thing will be reversed, and the stolen money will be reversed back, and it will go back into the accounts. So that can be one case. Or the second case is do nothing, because the reason why blockchains are made is because it should be decentralized, that it is just a code, it's a piece of code, no one can take action on it. Once it has happened, nothing will happen. So the two suggestions is that we can go back and reverse the transaction, or we can do nothing. And the solution proposed, we already started creating a new fork. It would allow Ethereum developers to refund all this money. And the second one is that do nothing, but do nothing is that it's against the original rule of blockchain. The main reason why blockchain is made that is that once a transaction, once certain thing is done, it can't be reversed. No one has control over it, and people will lose money in this case. But it will make sure that the Ethereum protocol will be forever. And what happened is that voting took place, and they decided to create this hard fork so that they reverse the transaction. The people got their money back, but some people didn't like it. It was, in the Ethereum community there was a big debate. But once the voting happened, they led to hard fork creation. But the people who did not agree with this, they made changes in the Ethereum protocol, and they started Ethereum Classic. And this is how Ethereum Classic was first formed. This was one of the big hard fork of Ethereum. Okay, so now we studied about Ethereum Classic and how it was a hard fork of Ethereum. Similar to Ethereum Classic, we also have Bitcoin Cash. It was a hard fork of Bitcoin. So in 2017, the SegWit update came. If you guys haven't seen the SegWit update, and if you guys want to learn about it, you can check the previous video, the soft fork video, in which we discuss about the SegWit update. But so in 2017, SegWit update came, and some people wanted to keep Bitcoin the way it was. So again, there was a debate in the community. Some people were like, yeah, it'll make Bitcoin protocol even better. But some people were like, no, it doesn't. Like, we want the way it is right now. So the people who did not accept SegWit update, they created a hard fork, and this is how Bitcoin Cash was made. And it is one of the most successful hard forks in the world. It is the 11th largest cryptocurrency in the world right now. So some other Bitcoin hard forks are Bitcoin XT, which is in 2014. It's one of the first hard fork of Bitcoin. Then there is Bitcoin Classic, Bitcoin Unlimited, Bitcoin Gold, and we studied about Bitcoin Cash, which is the most successful one, 11th largest cryptocurrency. If you guys like our video, please follow us and stay updated, stay tuned to watch more such videos.